it's worth mentioning that we started like more than a year ago, and we started with this Rust developer experience research where we validated hypothesis around gamifying the learning curve with fully on-chain games. So basically, there are like multiple ways to learn Rust and Cairo specifically. So we were like, talking with the Rust developers and researching how they actually learn the language, what kind of resources they use, what works for them the best, and whether they use platforms that help them to gamify learning curve. So we did like more than 30 interviews with the Rust developers around the globe within the year. And it was so amazing to see people, bragging about the fact that there are the existing platforms focus on C++, Python, JS, and there is nothing or almost nothing except the advent of code that's covering Rust. And we were like, oh, this is like a great opportunity to build like fully on-chain games that not only entertain players, but also help them better understand the Web3 infrastructure and specific Rust implementations. So we built two working groups within the DAO, and they are building the Rust and Cairo implementation of the Arena respectively. So as you mentioned, we recently re-implemented the gameplay loop with Cairo, specifically with Dojo, and also utilized the Unity SDK built by Nevmint by Jalalot. And now we basically continue to work on this in parallel. So the Rust working group is sort of expanding the gameplay, adding new mechanics that we will I could cover later on. And on the Cairo side, we want to we aim to create a client, the Unity client, that would show those on-chain battles in a synchronous way. So basically, the Unity client will just listen for on-chain events and then visualize those as like one-on-one battles in Arena. And the gameplay itself, so to play the game, a player has to deploy an algorithm as a contract, and then that contract is attached to the character struct in the world contract, and the fight itself happens autonomously. So you create an autonomous agent that fights against other agents by cross-contract calls fully on-chain. And on the user experience side, you just see the almost immediate result, because the arena, the tournament for 4 players takes around 1 block, and that 1 block is you basically get the array of events, and then that's visualized in an animated Unity client. So, and we're also building using the EKS programming paradigm, which stands for Entity Component System. And in our case, all characters can be considered as entities that have different components, such as attributes, gold, rating, and whether they are alive or not. And obviously the system, which is the gameplay loop, where they can fight between each other and see who has designed the better algorithm, or who better got the meta. And on the Rust side, the Rust working group is currently adding new gameplay mechanics, such as death. So basically, you have 5 lives, and as soon as you lose 5 tournaments, you will have to create a new character and essentially start over again. Obviously, experience and level up systems, and gold. So gold will be used in the upcoming season to buy loot boxes with resources and so on. And that gold is distributed fully on chain, based on the character rating in the on-chain leaderboard. And the gold itself is not tokens, and the character itself isn't an NFT. So it's just structs in the world contract. So we really want to focus on designing gameplay rather than building the next Ponzi or whatever. So and super curious to see whether our hypothesis around gamified learning curves for developers will work out.